And we all know that she's absolutely terrible without an autocue, and this was made painfully obvious at a town hall meeting recently, where we all know the point of a town hall is to get questions from the audience. It's a very one-on-one experience. People are supposed to feel like, oh, I'm getting to know this person, and they're so accessible. This is marvellous. Well, check out what the audience was told when one of them asked, when do we get to ask questions of Kamala?
You're not, unfortunately. We have some predetermined questions, and hopefully I'll be able to ask some of the questions that might be in your head. I hope so.
You're just here to shut up and listen to pre-planned questions that she's been given in advance, and her team have prepared answers for her. Well, much like Kel said, I don't think she'd read the brief, because this town hall was an absolute schmozzle of word salad after word salad. Here's one short, painful clip for your delectation and delight.
We cannot despair. We cannot despair. You know, the nature of a democracy is such that I think there's a duality. On the one hand, there's an incredible strength when our democracy is intact, an incredible strength in what it does to protect the freedoms and rights of its people. Oh, there's great strength in that. And it is very fragile. It is only as strong as our willingness to fight for it.
What are you saying? What are you talking about? Do you even know, lady? This was so painful, Kel. I watched more than that, and I was spoilt for choice in picking a clip to play tonight to demonstrate just how bad she is when she's not reading off an autocue.
She's actually trying to do what are called platitudes. That is really nice sounding phrases that like motherhood and apple pie, and everyone will just nod their heads. Ah, yes, 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 they're nice. So she's trying to do platypudes.
Platitudes.
Platypuses, something like that. She's trying to come out with nice platitudes that everyone will agree with, but she mangles them. She can't make it coherent. The sentence starts over here, wanders up there, goes down there a bit, and then doesn't reach a conclusion.
And it's so painful to watch Liz Cheney's face throughout this whole thing. She's just like, this woman would fail finger painting.
That's right.
I can't stomach this.
It's like when Ben Affleck saw Batman versus Superman for the first time and just thought, oh, what have I done? What have I gotten involved with?
I'm sure Kamala's team would have her stick to the things that she's good at, like this.
One Nation Under a Groove by Funkadelic. One nation under a groove, getting down just for the funk of it. Can I get it on the... Wow.
Keep laughing.
Just unbelievable.
She's like...
Keep laughing. That's all you can do. That's what she's good at.
She's like black female Stephen Miles.
True.
She does all these ridiculous stuff.
Giggles,
laughs at herself in the hope that then everyone else will laugh and find it. So we're having fun, aren't we? We're really just... It's just so terrible. And the Dems have just got to fix this, or they will never win another election ever again. Like, the idea that you could have this person running for president in the middle of a cost of living crisis in the US, where you've got Rust Belt, Steel Belt, blue collar workers who have turned from Barack Obama to Donald Trump. And now there's been this sort of bloodless palace coup to put her in as the candidate who is going to save America, quote unquote, from Donald Trump Mark II. And it's this, or it's the word salads. You see, it's democracy, and we have to fight for those.
But your point, Joe, is really good. I think it's damaging the Democrat brand. It must be. Firstly, the Democrats lied and claimed that there was a perfectly mentally capable person in the White House, when they knew perfectly well they had a demented old man in the White House who couldn't do the job and couldn't really understand the English language much anymore. So they lied about that for 3 years. And then when people finally tumbled to it because of the famous debate with Donald Trump, then they stuck this woman in front of us, this giggling, shallow, I sometimes keep wondering what's wrong with Kamala Harris. There's got to be something wrong. And Babylon Bee is a famous satirical website. And their answer to what's wrong with her goes like this. There was a time when she did a DNA test because is she really Indian or really black? So she did a DNA test and it came back mostly vodka. and her staff were really surprised because they expected some gin in there. So there's got to be something wrong. You just can't understand how someone can be this bad running for president.
Well, the thing was, before Joe Biden's brain turned to porridge, he was actually a capable political operator and he did have connections with like grassroots kind of normal people. Like he did actually, you know, maybe not to all the places he remembered, but he did ride the train. He did talk to people. But I think there's this sense that Kamala Harris, like the most humble thing she can say about herself is that she grew up in a middle class family with a nice lawn.
Don't we know it?
So
like if that's as log cabin as you can get, you are an elite. You are a West Coast elite. You are a San Francisco West Coast elite at a time when that is the very type of person that middle American working class people, especially men,
cannot relate to,
cannot stand, have nothing in common with, and despise, just as they despise people who go to McDonald's.